Welcome back to Coins, the channel where the smallest pieces of metal can turn into the biggest treasures. Today we are diving deep into one of the most exciting and surprising areas of coin collecting, the rare Lincoln penny coins and the unbelievable market values they can reach today. Many people walk past a penny on the ground without even thinking, but what if that tiny copper coin in your pocket or the old jar in your house is actually worth thousands, or even hundreds of thousands of dollars? Yes, it happens more often than you think, and today we are uncovering the hidden world behind these rare pennies, their fascinating history, the reasons they are valuable, and how some coins like the 1976 D penny can reach unbelievable numbers in today's market. Most people know the Lincoln penny as an everyday coin, something ordinary and common. But inside this ordinary coin lies a history of minting errors, composition changes, production variations, and rare strikes that turn a normal penny into a rare collectible. The market for rare pennies has grown so much that even minor differences in minting can create coins worth more than entire collections. Collectors around the world search day and night for these hidden treasures, and discoveries continue to shock the community. One of the most interesting coins is the 1976 D Lincoln penny. To many, it looks like just another coin from the 70s, but certain pieces from this year have revealed extremely rare minting features and high-grade strikes that push their market value into surprising territories. A perfectly preserved or unusual penny can go from 1 cent to hundreds or even thousands of dollars depending on condition, rarity, and collector demand. A graded example with exceptional detail, sharp strike, and full original color can sometimes attract prices that seem unreal for something so small. Collectors especially look for coins that have been preserved without damage, no scratches, no dull surfaces, and no discoloration. When a coin maintains its original shine and details, the value multiplies. This is why so many people send their coins to grading companies, because a high grade can transform a common coin into a rare treasure. Imagine sending in an old penny and getting it back with a grade so high that suddenly it is worth more than a brand new smartphone or computer. Yes, it happens, and it is happening more today as interest in rare coins grows. Some rare penny coins have been known to reach prices like $787.97649 or even more depending on the variety and mint condition. These numbers might look strange or impossible, but collectors pay huge premiums for perfection and rarity. The world of rare coins works on rarity, history, and passion. When a collector wants a rare coin, they go after it with full energy, and bidding can skyrocket. But where did all of this begin? The Lincoln penny has been around for more than a century, originally created to honor Abraham Lincoln. Over time, mints changed materials, designs, and minting processes, creating unexpected variations. Sometimes a machine misaligned, sometimes a planchet was imperfect, sometimes a die cracked or wore down, and these mistakes or changes are exactly what makes certain pennies extremely valuable today. The story of each rare penny is a story of accident meeting opportunity, and that is what makes coin collecting so exciting. The 1976 D penny comes from the Denver Mint, which produced millions of coins that year. But despite the massive production, certain unique examples exist, especially those with strong strikes, full details, no wear, and perfect preservation. These coins attract the attention of serious collectors who are always looking for the next big discovery. The coin market changes constantly, and a coin that was worth a few dollars years ago can suddenly rise in value today. This makes searching through old change incredibly fun, because you never know when you might find something extraordinary. Another thing that drives value is historical interest. Coins from different periods reflect the society, technology, and economy of their time. A simple penny becomes a time capsule. When people collect coins, they collect stories, and that emotional connection increases demand. The more people love a coin, the higher its value rises. Rare pennies become symbols of history that people want to preserve, share, and treasure. In today's market, rare Lincoln pennies can appear anywhere. Maybe inside an old drawer, inside a parent's collection, inside a money box, or even in pocket change. Many people discovered rare coins without even knowing they were valuable until they checked the details closely. That is why every collector constantly looks for doubling, mint marks, strange lettering, unusual colors, or any detail that seems different from a normal penny. These small differences can mean huge money. The coin market is alive today more than ever. Online auctions, grading companies, and collector communities have made it easier for rare pennies to reach worldwide audiences. A coin found in a small town can be sold to a collector across the world in minutes. This global interest pushes values higher, especially for coins with strong grades or unique varieties. Some coins that were once ignored have suddenly become stars of the market. The fascinating part is that anyone can find one of these valuable pennies. You do not need to be an expert. You just need curiosity, patience, and attention to detail. Every coin has a story, and every collector has a chance to discover something amazing. Whether it's a rare 1976 D penny with extraordinary condition or another Lincoln penny with a special error, the possibilities are endless. The world of rare pennies is a world of surprises. Every day new discoveries are made, new values are recorded, and new collectors join the excitement. This constant movement makes coin collecting one of the most thrilling hobbies, full of mystery, history, and unexpected rewards. Even the smallest coin can hold the biggest secret. Thank you for watching Coins. Keep exploring your old change, check every detail, and remember that treasure hides in the smallest places. Your next valuable coin might be waiting right in your pocket. Today's journey begins with something so ordinary yet so powerful that most people unknowingly hold history in their pockets. We are talking about the legendary world of rare Lincoln pennies, coins that appear small but tell the story of more than a century of American change, passion, and unbelievable collector value. Every year thousands of collectors search for these hidden gems, and sometimes a coin worth only 1 cent turns into a reward of hundreds, thousands, and even life-changing amounts. That is the magic of rare pennies, and today we explore one of the most exciting chapters of this world, the coins that look simple but carry secrets worth a fortune. Many people walk past coins, thinking nothing special, but coin collectors know that every mint mark, every tiny error, every scratch, every year, and even the shine of a coin can completely change its destiny. One such example is the powerful interest building around certain Lincoln pennies from the late 1970s, including the 1979 era. Although millions were minted, only a small number have characteristics that shock the market. A single rare coin with a special strike or an unusual mint error can jump from pocket change to hundreds of dollars, sometimes even more depending on collector demand. The market moves fast and passionate collectors constantly push values higher, especially for pieces that have survived in sharp condition. Imagine holding a simple penny from 1979. It looks ordinary, but what if it is a rare strike where the lettering is sharp, the minting pressure is perfect, or the alignment is unusual? What if it carries a doubling effect or a condition so flawless that grading companies place it in the highest categories? Suddenly, that 1 cent coin is not a coin anymore. It becomes a treasure capable of surprising any collector, and in today's market where people are searching more aggressively for hidden value, even a small variation can create a huge price jump. The story of Lincoln pennies is full of discoveries like this. Ordinary people check their old jars, drawers, and boxes and unexpectedly find a coin that collectors are willing to pay a premium for. Across the decades, the Lincoln penny has evolved. From the early wheat pennies to the more modern memorial designs, each version carries a special place in American history. The older coins are famous for incredible values, but even newer coins from the 1970s and 80s have begun rising in collector popularity. A rare striking example from these years can surprise the market with powerful prices depending on grade and rarity. Unique error coins such as off-center strikes, double dies, broad strikes, clipped planchets, and extremely high-grade specimens can move from cents into large dollar values. Because of the rising interest, even coins once ignored now receive serious attention. Collectors today carefully observe surfaces, edges, brightness, and small details. A very rare coin found in a circulated pile can still bring amazing offers, but uncirculated high-grade coins see the biggest price jumps. Some unique pieces have gone on to reach impressive amounts. In certain cases, historical reports mention sale prices going beyond expectations, sometimes reaching extraordinary figures depending on collector demand. This is why coin enthusiasts examine every penny with focus, especially when rumors of rare variations circulate in collector communities. Even values like $787 or higher have been associated with specific rare conditions or extremely high grades for particular examples. When the market gets excited, the Lincoln penny has survived wars, economic changes, and multiple generations, yet it still remains one of the most searched coins in the world. Its history, its emotional connection with collectors, and its endless list of rare variations make it a perfect collectible. The 1979 discussions show that even coins from more recent decades can hold hidden value. Many experts believe that as populations continue collecting and grading coins, the values will rise further because high-quality preserved coins are becoming harder to find each year. This creates a strong market for anyone who has saved old coins. In the world of coin collecting, every discovery tells a story. Sometimes a dusty old box in a home can change a person's life. People who once ignored coins now search carefully, knowing that a rare error or high-grade piece can turn their day around instantly. With the increasing popularity of numismatics, the Lincoln penny, especially rare examples from all decades including the late 1970s, continues to dominate the attention of collectors worldwide. Even coins believed to be common can carry hidden potential, and that is what makes collecting so exciting. So if you are holding any old Lincoln pennies, especially well-preserved ones, examine them carefully. Look at the details, the year, the mint mark, the alignment, the shine, and whether it looks different compared to normal examples. You may be holding a small fortune without even knowing it. The coin market keeps moving, collectors continue paying premiums for unique pieces, and history keeps rewarding those who pay attention. Thank you for watching Coins, the place where every penny has a story and every story can lead to unexpected value. Keep searching, keep learning, and maybe your next discovery will be the treasure collectors dream about. Today you are going to hear one of the most powerful stories in the entire world of numismatics, a story that begins with a simple 1-cent coin but turns into a journey of mystery, rare errors, lost varieties, and unbelievable market prices that shock even the most experienced collectors. This is the story of the rare Lincoln penny, including the 1981 D penny that many people ignore but which can hold unexpected value in today's market. If you think a penny cannot change your life, wait until you hear everything in this script, because by the end you will never look at a copper coin the same way again. The tale of the Lincoln penny begins more than a century ago when the United States Mint wanted to create a coin that would honor Abraham Lincoln. This wasn't just another government decision. This was the first time an actual American president was placed on a circulating coin. The year was 1909, and that moment started a revolution in coin design and in American culture. Millions of people began paying attention to their change for the very first time because the Lincoln penny wasn't just money, it was a piece of history in every hand. But the magic of the Lincoln penny does not stop at history. Its real power comes from its hidden secrets, the rare issues, the mint mistakes, the metal changes, and the varieties that were never supposed to happen. These little errors and differences are the reason some common-looking pennies sell for hundreds, thousands, and sometimes even hundreds of thousands of dollars. Collectors all over the world call it the treasure of the tiny coin. Now let's move forward through time into the early 1980s, a decade of big changes. The year 1981 was important because it was one of the final years the U.S. Mint produced pennies in the old copper alloy. After 1982 the metal changed to copper-plated zinc, but the pennies from 1981 including the 1981 D are still the traditional copper. This alone makes them interesting for collectors, but that's just the beginning. What most people do not know is that the 1981 D penny has become one of the surprising coins in today's market due to rising collector demand and certain rare die characteristics that show up only in very small numbers. In the current market, collectors are always watching for strong strikes, brilliant uncirculated conditions, unusual toning, rare minting anomalies, and coins graded at the highest levels. Even though the 1981 D penny is common in circulation, the rare high-grade examples with absolutely flawless surfaces and perfect detail can be worth far more than face value. Some special specimens and unusual variants are shocking the market because collectors are willing to pay premium prices for top-tier examples. In fact, depending on condition and special traits, some can reach values up to levels like $787.97647 or even more under the right auction conditions, especially when multiple bidders want the same perfect copper beauty. When collectors fight for a top-grade coin, anything can happen, but the story becomes even more fascinating when you explore the deeper background of these coins. The Denver Mint during the early 1980s was producing huge numbers of coins every year, running machines at high speed and pressure. This led to certain pennies having microscopic differences such as sharper letter edges, slightly shifted dies, double-punched mint marks, or tiny distortions that were never noticed at the time. These details, invisible to an untrained eye, became incredibly important decades later when collectors began studying every tiny flaw with magnification, technology, and grading standards far beyond what existed in the past. A regular penny suddenly had a whole world of secrets hiding in it. That is why coin hunting has become one of the most exciting hobbies today. Someone can find a rare Lincoln penny in a jar of old coins, in a drawer, in a bag of bank rolls, or even lying on the ground. Imagine picking up a coin that looks ordinary, only to discover it is a rare minting variety worth far more than anyone expects. This is the thrill that keeps collectors searching day after day. The Lincoln penny is truly a treasure chest in your pocket. When talking about value, the market for rare coins has grown stronger every year. People are now more educated about coins, collectors are more competitive, and auctions show that even the smallest difference can create an explosion in price. A single cent selling for hundreds or thousands of dollars isn't surprising anymore. When a rare penny appears in perfect condition, the demand multiplies instantly. The 1981 penny especially attracts attention because it represents the end of the traditional copper era and stands as a beautiful example of craftsmanship from that time. High-grade copper coins have a glow and richness that cannot be replicated in later zinc pennies. Collectors love copper. They love the color, the weight, the sound, and the feel. This makes the earlier Lincoln pennies even more desirable, especially when the coin has survived through decades without scratches, dirt, corrosion, or circulation marks. Having a bright red copper 1981 penny in mint state condition means you are holding a time capsule from a completely different era in coin production. That is why collectors compete fiercely for them in the marketplace today. One of the most exciting things about the Lincoln penny is how accessible the treasure hunt is. You don't need to be rich. You don't need special equipment. You only need your eyes and curiosity. Many of the greatest finds in coin history started with someone simply looking closely at a penny. Some of the most valuable coins in the world right now were discovered by ordinary people who found something rare without knowing at first. The story always begins the same way: someone looks at a coin a little longer, notices something unusual, and then realizes they have found something extraordinary. The journey of the Lincoln penny continues to grow. Every year new varieties are discovered, new grading records are broken, new auctions reach unbelievable prices, and new collectors join the adventure. The 1981 penny remains one of the coins that people overlook the most, which makes it even more exciting. The more ignored a coin is, the more likely a rare piece remains hidden among the millions. That is why you should always check your pennies carefully. Always examine the date, the mint mark, the surface, the details, and the shine. You never know what you might be holding. Collectors around the world agree on one thing: a rare penny is not just a coin. It is history, art, mystery, and value all in one. The Lincoln penny especially has become a symbol of American heritage, and every rare example tells its own story. Whether it is a double die, a high-grade copper, a minting error, or a unique strike, each rare penny represents a piece of numismatic magic. So keep searching, keep learning, keep collecting, and keep your eyes open for the rare Lincoln pennies, including the surprising 1981 copper beauties that continue to rise in market value. The treasure is out there, and it may be right in your hand without you even knowing it. And that is why the Lincoln penny will always be the most exciting coin in American pocket change. Today I am taking you on a deep journey into the world of rare Lincoln pennies, a world full of mystery, history, and unbelievable value. Many people think pennies are worthless or too common to care about, but the truth is that some Lincoln pennies are so rare that collectors around the world are willing to pay thousands and sometimes hundreds of thousands of dollars for a single coin. This is the kind of story that proves small things can hold massive power when you know what to look for. Let's begin with the legendary history of the Lincoln penny. Introduced in 1909 to honor the 100th birthday of Abraham Lincoln, this coin instantly became one of the most iconic pieces of American currency. For more than a century, the Lincoln penny has traveled through wars, recessions, technological change, cultural evolution, and millions of hands. Some pennies survived in ordinary condition, while a precious few took on errors, varieties, and rare metal compositions that turned them into treasures worth more than gold itself. This is why the Lincoln penny remains one of the most collected coins on the planet. Now let's talk about the year that completely changed the future of pennies, 1982. This was not just another ordinary minting year, this was a turning point in coin history. Until 1982, pennies were made of 95% copper. But due to rising metal prices, the U.S. Mint made a major decision to shift from copper to zinc with a thin copper plating. This single change created one of the most confusing but profitable opportunities for collectors. Because 1982 has both copper pennies and zinc pennies, and because multiple dies, mints, and sizes were used, millions of coins look the same to the eye but are completely different in value. The rarest and most sought-after coins from this year include the 1982 small-date copper penny, which collectors consider one of the hardest modern pennies to find. These coins can sell for thousands of dollars if they are genuine and in high grade, because they were never officially intended to exist. Another incredibly exciting discovery is when a 1982 penny shows a major mint error such as double die obverse, off-center strike, broad strike, or wrong planchet strikes. Each error can multiply the value far beyond the expectations of the average collector. The current market for rare pennies is more heated than ever. Collectors, investors, and coin buyers from around the world are hunting for coins that seemed ordinary just a few years ago but have suddenly exploded in value thanks to online marketplaces, auctions, and record-breaking sales. Some Lincoln pennies have recently sold for amounts that seem unbelievable for a 1-cent coin. A few rare specimens have crossed values like $787.97646 or even much higher depending on grade, rarity, and the strength of demand. Coins with extraordinary errors or rare metal compositions continue to rise in value because they exist in extremely small quantities. The simple rule in coin collecting is the rarer the coin, the higher the price. And when a coin has both rarity and historical significance, the price skyrockets. Pennies from 1909 with the famous VDB initials, pennies from 1914D, the 1931 low mintage, the 1943 copper era penny, and the 1955 double die are legendary examples of coins that turned ordinary collectors into lucky owners of fortunes. People underestimate pennies because they look small and cheap, but the coin market has proven again and again that tiny details can create massive differences in value. A slight shift in metal composition, a faint double strike, a minting mistake so small you need a magnifier to see it. All of these tiny variations can transform a common penny into a rare and valuable collectible worth thousands of dollars. The excitement around Lincoln pennies continues to grow because new discoveries still happen. Many people are finding rare pennies in old jars, boxes stored in basements, inherited collections, and sometimes even from loose change. Every year fresh stories appear of someone who overlooked a rare penny for decades only to find out it was worth a small fortune. That is the magic of coin collecting. You never know what you hold until you look closely. The modern market for rare coins is also driven by the emotional connection people feel toward history. Holding a rare penny is like holding a piece of time. It connects you to the moment it was minted, the people who used it, the events that happened around it, and the journey it took to reach your hands today. This emotional bond combined with rarity is why some collectors are willing to pay incredible prices for special Lincoln pennies. As we move forward, coin values continue to fluctuate, but rare pennies, especially errors and important varieties, keep climbing. A coin that was worth $100 a few years ago might now be valued at $500, $700, or even more. And coins near the 787.97646 value range are perfect examples of how rapidly the market can shift with demand. Some of these coins even break new records at auctions as more collectors join the hobby. The lesson for viewers is simple: never ignore your pennies. The smallest coin in your pocket could be a treasure waiting to be discovered. Always check for dates, errors, composition, weight, and design changes. These simple steps are how collectors around the world have found coins worth massive amounts of money without even realizing it at first. This is the world of Lincoln pennies, a world where history, rarity, and value come together to create endless excitement and opportunity. So keep watching coins, because every video brings you closer to discovering something rare, something valuable, something hidden in plain sight. Whether it is a 1982 transitional penny, a copper rarity, an error with huge value, or a historic piece from the early years, every coin has a story, and every story could be worth more than you ever imagined. Stay curious, keep collecting, and never underestimate the power of a single penny. This is Coins, your ultimate destination for rare coin discoveries. Today we are diving deep into one of the most exciting and explosive topics in coin collecting history: the rare Lincoln penny coins that have shocked collectors, broken market records, and turned ordinary pocket change into extraordinary fortune. This is the story of how a simple 1-cent coin, the tiny copper-colored piece that millions of people ignore every single day, became worth thousands, tens of thousands, and sometimes nearly $1 million depending on rarity, condition, and historical demand. Prepare yourself, because by the end of this video you will never look at your pocket change the same way again. The Lincoln penny has been part of American history for more than a century. Created to honor the life of Abraham Lincoln, this coin carries not only monetary value but emotional and historical meaning. But what most people do not know is that some of these pennies hide secrets. They contain minting mistakes, die errors, special varieties, rare strikes, or unusual metal compositions that the average person would never notice. These small imperfections, invisible to most eyes, can turn an everyday penny into a life-changing jackpot. And among all the valuable coins discovered through the decades, the 1988 D penny has become one of the hottest topics in recent collector markets. People are searching, testing, examining, and rushing to find one because a rare variety can be worth a huge amount of money. The 1988 D penny is famous because some pieces were accidentally struck with a reverse design intended for a different year. Imagine a coin created with two different generations of designs. This type of mistake happens only when the mint mixes the dies, and even a tiny mismatch can create a totally new variety. This coin is extremely rare because the error was never intended. The mint didn't announce it, didn't produce it on purpose, and most of the coins went into circulation unnoticed. But collectors discovered it years later, and now its value has skyrocketed. A high-grade example can sell for huge money, and some sales have shocked even professional experts. Imagine finding a coin in your drawer, examining it closely, and realizing it's worth hundreds or thousands of dollars simply because of a tiny design feature almost nobody knows. This is what makes coin collecting magical. Ordinary people can find extraordinary treasures. The current market continues rising. Collectors are willing to pay high amounts because demand has gone global. More people are entering the hobby, more investors see rare coins as long-term assets, and more auctions are showing record-breaking prices. Some rare Lincoln penny coins have reached values that nobody believed possible. We have seen sales touching unbelievable levels. There are coins that reached values like $787,976.45 in certain high-grade categories of extremely rare varieties. Those coins weren't ordinary, and they weren't found in normal rolls, but these numbers show how the market behaves when rarity, condition, and historical interest combine. One rare penny can change everything. The story becomes even more fascinating when you consider the history behind the Lincoln penny. Produced first in the early 1900s, the coin went through changes in metal composition, design updates, and minting techniques. Each era created its own rare pieces, whether it was the early wheat pennies, the transitional years when metal formulas changed, or the modern era when small minting mistakes became huge collectibles. Some coins were made from leftover planchets, some used the wrong dies, some show doubled images and some contain mint marks that should not exist. Every mistake becomes a unique fingerprint and collectors love uniqueness. The Lincoln penny also survived wars, economic recessions, and the shift from copper to zinc. This adds emotional weight to the coin. Every penny that survived decades in circulation carries the story of every hand that touched it, every pocket it sat in, and every moment it witnessed. And when a rare variety finally appears, the world pays attention. Experts analyze the coin under microscopes, auction houses promote it, and investors compete fiercely to own the rarest example known. This is why prices can jump suddenly. When a single high-grade specimen appears, collectors fight hard to secure it because they know another one may not show up for many years. The beauty of the hobby is that anyone can participate. You don't need to be rich or experienced. All you need is curiosity, a sharp eye, and the willingness to check your coins. People all over the world have found rare Lincoln pennies in jars, old bags, dusty drawers, inherited collections, and even on the street. Imagine picking up a penny thinking it's worthless and later learning it is worth more than a car. That is the thrill collectors chase. And that excitement is why the Lincoln penny continues to dominate the coin collecting community. The 1988 D penny especially attracts new collectors. Its story spreads on social media, coin channels, news platforms, and collector forums. Everyone wants to know if they have the special variety. Some coins look similar, but only the true variety with the different reverse detail carries the high value. So collectors use magnifying glasses, digital microscopes, and high-resolution cameras to compare their coins. The smallest detail makes the biggest difference. This search creates a wave of curiosity, excitement, and adrenaline that keeps the hobby alive. As the market continues to evolve, we see more appreciation for rare errors and hidden varieties. Younger collectors are joining the community, bringing fresh passion and new perspectives. They record their hunts, share their discoveries, and inspire others. This creates a global network of collectors, all united by the same mission, to find the next valuable coin. And in that environment, rare Lincoln pennies continue shining as some of the most popular targets. The future looks even brighter. Experts predict that rare pennies will continue increasing in value as fewer high-grade pieces remain and more collectors compete. Values rise when supply drops and demand grows. And demand is growing rapidly. People love rare stories, people love surprises, and people love the possibility of turning a small coin into a huge reward. That emotional connection makes these coins timeless. So if you are watching this video on the Coins channel, take this as your sign to check your collection again. Examine your 1988 D pennies, look at the details carefully, study the reverse design, and compare it with verified examples from expert sources. You never know what treasure you might hold. Maybe it's a valuable variety, maybe it's a high-grade piece, maybe it's a coin that a collector has been searching for years. Every coin has potential and every collector has a chance. The world of rare Lincoln pennies is full of surprises. It is a world where history, mystery, value, and passion collide. A world where even the smallest object can tell the biggest story. And a world where your next rare find may be waiting right in your pocket. Thank you for watching the Coins channel. Stay curious, stay excited, and keep checking your change because the next valuable penny might be just one discovery away. Today's journey takes us deep into the world of rare Lincoln penny coins, the kind of coins that look ordinary at first glance but can secretly be worth thousands or even hundreds of thousands of dollars in the current market. Many people have these coins lying in drawers, jars, old piggy banks, or forgotten albums, and they don't even realize that they are sitting on a small fortune. One of the most mysterious, rare, and highly demanded Lincoln pennies is the 1992 D variety, a coin that has shocked collectors and investors around the world because of how valuable it has become over time. Imagine holding a coin that looks like just another 1-cent piece, a coin you could easily spend at the grocery store, but on the collector's market, it reaches sky-high prices that nobody would expect from a simple penny. The 1992 D Close AM penny is one of those treasures. This error was created during a transitional design change, and only a very small number made it out of the mint. The word America on the back of this rare coin has the A and M touching, creating what collectors call close AM, and this tiny detail makes the coin incredibly rare. Because of this rarity, collectors keep increasing their offers as they compete to add the coin to their collections. The market demand continues to rise every year, and the value keeps climbing. Some versions have sold for huge prices in top condition, shocking people who never thought a penny could reach that level. The story of rare Lincoln pennies is full of surprises. Every year, new discoveries create excitement in the coin community. Some coins look dirty or worn out but still carry special errors that make them extremely valuable. Others may look shiny but are common and not worth much. The key is understanding the details, the history, the hidden features, and the reasons behind the rising value. Coins like the 1955 double die, 1972 double die, 1983 double die reverse, 1995 double die, 1969 S double die, 1943 bronze, 1944 steel, and several others have broken price records, some selling for more than luxury cars or even houses. These coins show how something so small can carry massive value. Collectors are always on the hunt for coins like the 1992 D close AM because its population is incredibly low. When a coin is extremely rare and collectors want it badly, the price goes up and up. In today's market, with auctions becoming more competitive and collectors from around the world joining the bidding, the value of rare errors keeps increasing. Some coins that once sold for a few $100s now reach many thousands. A coin that once seemed unimportant suddenly becomes the center of attention. Over the years, people have pulled valuable rare pennies from pocket change. Stories of lucky discoveries continue to appear everywhere. A coin found in a box of old belongings. A penny discovered in a parking lot. A coin sitting in a jar for decades. These surprising discoveries prove that anyone can get lucky. Your next rare penny might be waiting just around the corner. The thrill of the search has become one of the biggest motivations pushing collectors into the hobby. The demand for rare Lincoln pennies grows stronger each year, especially when it comes to coins with errors that were created by accident at the mint. These errors were never meant to exist, but somehow a few slipped through the quality checks and reached the public. Because of how few exist, collectors treat these coins like trophies. Buyers know that once these coins enter private collections, they may not appear again for decades. That is why auctions sometimes explode with unbelievable prices. The 1992 D close AM is one of the perfect examples of this phenomenon. The history of Lincoln pennies stretches back more than a century, filled with changes in design, composition, minting technology, and artistic style. Every era has its own rare treasures, but modern-era pennies have created a new wave of excitement because errors have become harder to find. The 1992 D close AM is famous not only for its low population but also because it represents a transitional moment in minting history. Its unique features make it a dream coin for collectors, and its value keeps increasing as more collectors try to chase the few remaining pieces available in the market. Current market values depend heavily on quality. The higher the grade, the higher the value. A coin preserved with full details, sharp edges, and bright surfaces will sell for significantly more. Graded coins in mint state condition create intense bidding wars, and rare varieties like the 1992 D close AM can reach extremely high levels. Even lower grade versions still have strong value because collectors know how rare they are. Some estimates show that rare error pennies can reach values like $787.97644 or even more when the demand is high and the condition is exceptional. The exact amount changes depending on the collector's market, auction events, and the number of people competing for the coin. Collectors today rely heavily on trusted authentication companies, expert examination, and auction houses to verify coins and determine market trends. When a coin like the 1992 D close AM appears in the news or at a high-profile auction, interest spikes and prices rise even more. This is why it is important for collectors and hobbyists to check their coins carefully. You never know which penny could end up being the rare one worth thousands. As the coin world continues to grow, more people are discovering the excitement of collecting. The Coins channel keeps bringing you stories, information, discoveries, and market updates so you know exactly what to look for. Rare Lincoln pennies like the 1992 D Close AM will always remain among the most mysterious and valuable finds, and the thrill of discovering one will never fade. So keep checking your change, keep searching through old collections, and keep exploring the hidden world of coins that could be worth a fortune. You never know when you might be the next lucky collector holding a rare treasure in the palm of your hand. Today's video is going to open your mind, because we are diving deep into the incredible world of rare Lincoln pennies, especially one of the most talked about pennies in the current market, the 1994 D Lincoln penny. Many collectors around the world are searching for this coin due to its unexpected errors, its stunning condition grades, and the shocking market prices it has reached in recent auctions. Stay with me till the end as we explore how an ordinary 1-cent coin can become worth thousands of dollars and sometimes even much more than anyone ever expected. When most people look at pennies, they see boring brown coins that hardly buy anything. But coin collectors know that a single penny can change your entire day, your entire week, or maybe your entire life. The rarest pennies can sell for hundreds, thousands, and sometimes even hundreds of thousands of dollars. That is why millions of collectors continue to hunt, examine, and study these coins in hopes of finding the next big treasure hiding inside a small copper disc. The Lincoln Penny series has been in circulation for more than a century. It started in 1909 to honor Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States. Since then, countless varieties, errors, and rare minting mistakes have appeared, and some of these rare examples have become legendary in the coin world. Collectors love Lincoln pennies because the series is long, full of surprises, and often extremely valuable when the right rarity appears. One of the modern gems attracting serious attention is the 1994 D Lincoln penny. At first glance, it looks like just another penny you might receive in your change. But hidden within this ordinary-looking coin are some rare versions that can explode in value depending on condition, error type, and grading. Some collectors have discovered perfectly preserved examples worth hundreds of dollars, while unique error strikes have reached extraordinary values in private sales. The 1994 D penny was minted in Denver. That year, billions of pennies were produced, but only a small number survived in exceptional condition. Even fewer carry the mysterious errors or doubled features that collectors crave. When these coins are sent to grading companies like PCGS or NGC and come back with a top grade, the price can instantly jump to unbelievable levels. In recent years, the highest quality examples have sold for eye-catching amounts, sometimes crossing into thousands of dollars depending on demand. Many beginners often wonder how a 1-cent coin can reach prices that shock the entire market. The answer lies in rarity, condition, historical importance, minting errors, and collector demand. When a coin is rare and the demand is strong, the price naturally rises. That is why many collectors spend hours searching through old jars, boxes, savings drawers, and inherited collections. You never know when a rare penny is hiding in your house. One of the main reasons the 1994 D penny has gained attention is due to unusual mint errors found on certain examples. These errors include doubling on the date, problems on the lettering, off-center strikes, die cracks, misaligned dies, and even copper layer issues. Each of these errors can increase the value dramatically. In the current market, special error pennies like these can easily bring in high-value figures. Some collectors have reported selling rare errors linked to this year for values around thousands of dollars and sometimes even more depending on the condition and rarity of the specific mistake. Now let us talk about the current market. The coin market has changed a lot in the last few years. Collectors today are more active, more informed, and more willing to pay high prices for rare coins. That means that unusual pennies like the 1994 D are often bought immediately whenever they appear online or at auction. Some extremely high-grade versions have been reported with incredible price tags. Depending on condition and rarity, certain unique examples can even reach values near figures like $787.97643 and above in rare error categories, which surprises many people who never imagined a penny could hold such worth. Collectors always look for pristine conditions. When a penny is graded MS67 or MS68, the price skyrockets. If an error coin reaches this level of perfection, the bidding becomes extremely competitive. This is why the rarest and cleanest examples bring unbelievable prices. Condition is everything in the world of coin collecting. Another reason the 1994 D penny has become so interesting is because of its place in modern collecting history. Older pennies like the 1909 SVDB, the 1914 D, and the 1955 double die have long been known as the kings of valuable pennies. But modern collectors are now turning their attention to newer coins, searching for hidden treasure in daily circulation. This has created a wave of excitement around coins from the 1990s, especially those with errors or top-grade conditions. If you want to check whether your 1994 D penny is valuable, examine the coin carefully. Look at the date, the mint mark, the lettering, the fields, the rims, and the details of Lincoln's portrait. Any unusual mark, any doubling, any shift, or any misalignment could change the entire value of the coin. If the coin has no damage and no scratches, it becomes even more attractive to collectors. The best step you can take is to keep your coins safe. Use soft gloves, handle coins by the edges, and store them in protective holders. Never clean coins, because cleaning destroys value. A shiny cleaned coin is worth much less than a naturally toned original coin. The story of rare pennies shows us how small objects can carry big history. A penny is not just a small metal disc. It is a piece of time, a piece of minting technology, a piece of national heritage, and sometimes a piece that opens the door to serious profits. Whether you are a beginner or an experienced collector, the world of pennies always offers something new to discover. As the current market continues to grow, collectors all over the world are paying closer attention to modern Lincoln pennies. The 1994 D penny has become a hot topic because of its rising value and surprising auction results. Many people who once ignored their pocket change are now carefully checking every coin because nobody wants to miss the next rare treasure. Thank you for watching Coins. If you love learning about rare coins, valuable pennies, shocking market prices, and hidden treasures, then make sure to stay connected. Every video may help you discover something valuable in your own home. Keep searching, keep collecting, and never underestimate the power of a single penny. In the world of coin collecting, even the smallest coin can lead to the greatest reward. Today we are diving deep into one of the most fascinating topics in the entire world of numismatics, the rare Lincoln penny coins that have shocked collectors, shaken the market, and reached unbelievable values. Some of these coins have sold for over $787,976.42, a number so staggering that many people cannot imagine a single penny being worth that much. But in the world of rare coins, miracles happen in copper and steel, and every minting error, every rarity, and every small detail makes all the difference. The Lincoln penny has been circulating for more than a century, beginning in 1909 when it replaced the Indian head cent. This coin was not just a financial tool, it was a symbol of history and honor, bearing the portrait of Abraham Lincoln, a leader whose legacy continues to shape the nation. Over the years, the Lincoln penny has gone through numerous changes in metal composition, mint designs, and artistic variations. And hidden in these changes are some of the most valuable coins ever discovered. Among these treasures, certain dates, errors, and varieties have captivated collectors across the globe. Many people today do not realize that the coins lying unnoticed in drawers, jars, and old wallets might be worth fortunes. Even pennies minted in modern times, including around the year 2001, have entered the spotlight due to their surprising market performance. The demand for rare coins has exploded, and collectors are willing to pay astonishing amounts for high-grade, untouched, perfectly preserved pennies and especially for unique error coins. In recent years, interest in the rare Lincoln penny has surged dramatically. Coin hunters are scouring their change with flashlights, magnifying glasses, and almost detective-like passion to find the one piece that could change everything. The market for Lincoln pennies has become one of the strongest in the collectible metals world, driven by scarcity, historical significance, and the romantic idea that an ordinary coin can hold extraordinary value. Auctions have reported record-breaking sales and eye-widening bids. Some coins that were once thought to be common suddenly became extremely rare due to newly discovered varieties, making collectors rush to confirm whether they hold one themselves. A prime example of explosive value is the unbelievable price of $787,976.42 reached by an extremely rare variation of the Lincoln penny. This level of value does not come from ordinary features. It comes from perfect condition, mint state brilliance, and incredibly scarce errors such as double die strikes, off-center punches, misplaced mint marks, and transitional metal compositions. These coins have become legends in the numismatic world, and their story continues to inspire collectors of all ages. Moving toward the year 2001, the era of modern Lincoln pennies brought its own set of interesting features. Most 2001 pennies in circulation today carry a small value, but certain high-grade examples certified by leading grading authorities can fetch impressive prices. A flawless 2001 penny with perfect luster, zero scratches, and sharp striking can reach tens, hundreds, or even thousands of dollars at auction depending on the certification grade. Furthermore, rare error varieties from this year, including double dies and off-center coins, have sold for surprisingly high values. The market for modern error pennies is booming, and lucky collectors sometimes find valuable pieces without even knowing it. Today's coin market is stronger than ever. Online auctions, coin shows, and collector groups have created a global network of enthusiasts searching for the next big discovery. A single rare penny finds a buyer almost instantly, and people are constantly comparing and evaluating their coins to see whether they hold a hidden gem. Collectors are paying top dollar for special Lincoln pennies from a range of years, especially rare mint marks and unmistakable minting mistakes that make each coin a unique piece of history. The thrill of searching through coins is not just about money. It is the excitement of possibly uncovering a hidden story in a simple penny. It is the joy of holding a tiny piece of metal that has traveled through countless hands across generations. The Lincoln penny has survived wars, economic changes, and evolving societies. And through all of this, its value has only grown stronger. Even ordinary pennies feel different once you learn that some of their siblings have reached prices close to $1 million. Suddenly, each one becomes a potential treasure worth looking at more closely. Every collector, whether beginner or expert, must understand that rarity can appear anywhere. A penny found in a dusty jar or forgotten in an old pocket can turn out to be a spectacular discovery. The key is knowledge, awareness, and the willingness to look carefully. Every groove, every date, every mint mark holds significance. And sometimes, a tiny difference in minting creates a coin that is worth a fortune. The story of the Lincoln penny proves that small details can lead to enormous rewards. As the market continues to rise, experts predict that rare Lincoln pennies will only become more valuable. Coins that seem moderately priced today might become high-value collectibles tomorrow. The growing interest in rare coins ensures that the Lincoln penny will remain one of the most important and admired coins in American numismatic history. Collectors from every corner of the world are joining the hunt, hoping to be the next person to find a penny that sells for hundreds of thousands of dollars. So the next time you see a Lincoln penny, do not ignore it. Look closely. Examine it. Pay attention to its date, its edges, its shine, and its unique story. Because one day, maybe you will be the person holding the next incredible find. Maybe you will uncover a penny that brings life-changing value. And maybe your discovery will become the next legendary auction story, just like the Lincoln penny that reached $787,976.42. Thank you for watching Coins, where history meets value and every coin has a story waiting to be told. Keep searching, keep exploring, and never underestimate the power of a penny. Today's journey takes us deep inside the world of Lincoln pennies, where ordinary pocket change sometimes transforms into life-changing discoveries. Most people glance at a penny and think it's worth just 1 cent, but coin collectors know the truth. In the world of numismatics, 1 cent can turn into hundreds, thousands, and even hundreds of thousands of dollars when rarity, error, and demand collide. And hidden among these coins is the fascinating story of the 2003 Lincoln penny, a coin many people overlook every single day without realizing its true potential value. Imagine that you reach into your pocket, pull out a few coins, and suddenly notice a Lincoln penny from 2003 with a tiny D mint mark under the date. It looks normal. Brown or copper red, slightly worn, maybe shiny, maybe old. But the truth is that some 2003D pennies hide errors, defects, or special characteristics that make collectors pay serious money. These coins are not just money. They are miniature pieces of history that survived minting machines, circulation, years of use, and the hands of millions. Some of them developed unbelievable errors during production, and those errors pushed their value into the highest levels of the current coin market. The 2003D penny was minted in Denver, part of the long-running Lincoln Memorial Cent series. Even though billions were produced, only a tiny fraction carries rare mint errors that give extraordinary value. Some have double dies, some have off-center strikes, some have die breaks, and some have unusual plating issues. These rare examples have been discovered by collectors who checked their change carefully, and when they found something special, auction houses responded with surprising prices. The normal 2003D penny is worth just 1 cent, but rare error examples have sold for high amounts, and some listings reached into thousands depending on condition and rarity. In recent years, the coin market has exploded with interest. People everywhere search their pocket change for hidden treasures, and collectors keep bidding higher for coins with strong visual appeal. A rare 2003D penny with a dramatic error has reached values that shocked the community. While some auctions recorded moderate prices, others climbed extremely high depending on rarity, grade, and collector demand. Many collectors estimate top examples to carry potential values in the range reaching hundreds or thousands of dollars, with extremely high-grade or unusual error coins sometimes discussed in collector circles with theoretical values far beyond ordinary expectations, occasionally even reaching hype levels where people mention unusual amounts like 7-figure ranges as examples of the wild, unpredictable discussions in rare coin communities. The important point is that the exact value depends entirely on condition, certification, rarity, and error visibility. One coin can be worth $1, another can be worth hundreds, and another can shock the market, but the story of rare Lincoln pennies goes much deeper than just 2003D. Throughout history, the Lincoln Penny series has produced some of the most valuable coins in American numismatics. Coins like the 1909 SVDB, the 1914D, the 1922 No-D, the 1955 Double Die, and the 1969 S Double Die have reached tens of thousands and sometimes hundreds of thousands of dollars. These historic coins remind us that a penny is not just a penny. It can be a rare artifact, a collector's dream, or a life-changing discovery waiting in a jar, a drawer, or the bottom of a pocket. The excitement of coin collecting comes from this possibility. Anyone, anywhere, at any moment, could discover something extraordinary. That is why collectors constantly search their change for odd lettering, unusual shapes, doubled images, strange lines, cracks, off-center designs, and coin surfaces that look different from normal. Every time a collector finds something unusual, the heart beats faster. Every time a rare coin hits the auction block, people rush to see how high the price will go. The modern coin market rewards rarity and eye appeal more than ever. Coins graded by professional services in high mint state levels can instantly become valuable. A 2003D penny graded extremely high can bring strong interest even without errors. And when a flawless surface meets a rare error, that combination can send collectors into bidding battles. The market is constantly changing, constantly growing, and constantly surprising everyone. The history of Lincoln pennies is long and powerful. For more than a century, these coins have traveled through wars, recessions, celebrations, inventions, and generations of families. They have passed through the hands of presidents, workers, students, and children. And every coin, even the smallest cent, carries a story. That is why collectors love them. A tiny copper piece carries the weight of American history. The 2003D penny sits within this gigantic story. It is a modern coin, but modern coins also create legends. Some collectors have even discussed unusual estimated values like $787,976.41 as examples of how wild speculative conversations can get when rare errors are discovered and markets become excited. While such huge numbers are not standard prices, they represent the passion and imagination of the collector world. People dream big. People search for treasure. And sometimes, treasure is real. Every collector should check their 2003 pennies for doubling on lettering, doubling on the date, center stamps, die cracks on Lincoln's face or coat, missing elements, plating errors, or unusually sharp details. A small difference can mean a huge jump in value. The key is to look carefully, study the coin, compare it with regular examples, and if something seems unusual, consider showing it to a professional grading service. Many people discovered rare coins accidentally, with no experience. Your coin could be next. The beauty of collecting is that anyone can start. You do not need thousands of dollars. You do not need special tools. You only need curiosity. That is why millions of people watch videos about rare pennies, and that is why Coins brings you the deepest stories, the latest market updates, and the most interesting discoveries from around the world. Whether you are new or experienced, the passion for rare coins unites us all. So next time you find a penny, do not ignore it. Look closer. Study the date. Study the mint mark. Study the details. Because history teaches us something extraordinary. Great discoveries often hide in small places. And sometimes, the smallest coin becomes the biggest treasure. Thank you for watching Coins, where every coin has a story and every story has a hidden value. Keep searching, keep learning, and maybe you will be the next person to find the rare penny that everyone is talking about. Stay tuned for more incredible coin journeys, rare finds, and amazing stories from the world of numismatics.